my friend. Welcome to the weekly community chat here on YouTube. We do these every Sunday morning around 10 a.m. Every once in a while, the last Sunday of the month, we can swing a 5 p.m. one Eastern time to get different people able to be here, because I know this time isn't convenient for everybody. But if you are here, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're here live, watching on the replay, I appreciate you. My name is Jen, and this is my channel. Welcome. So today we're just going to do a casual getting ready with me. I have a very, very, very busy day in that I am going to be straight from here. As soon as I'm done here by 11:30, I have to leave to take my son to a birthday party. And then after the birthday party, I come straight home, and then we leave to go to my daughter's choir concert. So it's going to be very, very busy until like the late afternoon. And then I'm not sure what we're doing after that, but yeah, so we've still got the same webcam that we're using. I'm hoping to be able to hook up the better camera soon. We still haven't been able to figure it out, my husband and I, yet with the cam link and everything, trying to figure out better quality. But today I don't look as blown out today, which is a good thing. Hopefully it stays that way. So yeah, it's just going to be casual. And if you guys want to ask questions, or if you want me to bring up something, we can ask the community. We can go ahead and do that. But before we do that, we need to say hello to the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as the people who are here in live chat. If you're watching this on the replay, you're also part of the collective brain in the comments down below. So good morning to Abby S. in the house. Jennifer is here. Tiffany PK, one of our fabulous Facebook hunters. Thanks for being here, Tiffany. I said Jennifer because I was looking at Jennifer. Tiffany, thank you for being here. KG is here. Tracy and Stephanie. Michelle, one of our fabulous behind-the-scenes reporters. Michelle is here. Monica is here. Good to see you, Monica. Melissa, Queen Anna, Natural Head 1, Shelby K, Stacy, Shelly Norton, Julie in the house. Julie's also one of our fabulous What's Up in Makeup hunters. If you want to join that Facebook group, it is a no chatter group. It's just WUIM Hunters. And those are the people that submit items for the show. And they are awesome. They submit all kinds of stuff. We use their stuff in the Makeup Minute as well as the Sunday show. They're amazing. So thank you, Julie, for being a part of that and for being a longtime subscriber. I appreciate you. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And I also want to say hi to Saucer Jess and our Purple Hearts. Hi, Saucer Jess. And Nicole, since she was before Jess. All right. Here we go. Okay, good morning to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and use a new primer today. It's not new. It's been sitting in the back of my drawer for a minute. I haven't used it in a while. It's the IT number 50 Serum Collagen Veil Anti-Aging Primer. 50 plus hydrating anti-aging peptides. I have no idea what's in this. The ingredients are not on this, but I've had this and I haven't really used it. So I figured we would use it today. See how it goes. Christy says, be sure to give a thumbs up. Thanks, Christy. I appreciate you. Kelsey says, can you do a review of the Body Shop products and their ingredients? That's an interesting idea. Possibly in the future. Bright light shining on my face. That's from my mirror. Ooh. Drugstore Makeup Diva, has anyone tried the crayon case? The crayon case, the eyeshadow palette that I tried was fantastic. There was only one shade that was just kind of meh. It was very good. Unfortunately, we had a bad customer service experience. I do have a full video on that is very well appreciated and also well hated by a lot of people. But the product itself was fantastic. There's a lot of comments under there about poor customer service, and I had a poor customer service experience. So just be aware of that. But the product itself was very good. The eyeshadow primer was a little tricky to deal with at first, but I did an extra wear test because I thought maybe I applied too much. Turned out I did apply too much, so it ended up working out better if you just apply just a littlest bit. It's a little sticky. It's a little weird to work with, but it's definitely workable. Oh my goodness. Alicia, joining you after a wild party I went to last night. Whoa, girl. This is a perfect way for me to wind down because at my age, let's just say I don't look and feel pretty right now. Girl, I was up until... time did I go to bed? Like 2:15, which isn't the latest I've ever stayed up for What's in Makeup. Oh, by the way, foundation is CoverGirl True Blend Made Matte, Scent and PR. M15 is the shade. I'm not going to use this because it's loud, even though I would if I was off camera. But yeah, I was up because I was having issues recording the late breaks for the show. And then I was having issues with uploading to YouTube, it was taking forever. So it took me like an hour and a half to 2 hours for the uploading process. Well, it was like an hour and a half. And it took me extra time for the late breaks because of camera and memory card issues. So I was up way later than I expected to be last night. So I'm definitely not at my best either. We'll just not be at our best together. Paula says, share the stream if you can. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure, like, anybody outside the community, how many people would love this. Well, hopefully you would. There's lots of good information we give. I don't give my live streams enough credit. There's lots of good information we give in our live streams. All right, concealer today is the Doll 10 Hydrolux Concealer in Light, and this was sent in PR as well. And then Black Diamonds and Pearls will be interested in the Body Shop video. Okay, well, that's good to know. Brianna says, been loving your hubby's channel. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked it out yet, my husband did start a vlog channel. I personally very much like it, but I'm very biased. Very well produced. It's called JG3 is the name of his YouTube channel. Very easy to remember. It's just 3 things, JG3. So, yeah. I think he's doing a really good job. He's only been on YouTube a week and he already has like 850 subscribers. He's doing very well. I'm very proud of him. He's getting, his views are really good considering he just started too. Very, very proud of him. He's doing a great job. Okay, let's skip on down. Thank you, Drugstore Makeup Diva. She values my opinion. Thank you. Steph likes his videos. Thank you, Steph. Susan, in your free time, how do you ever follow up other people's tutorials? How do you make out the struggle is real? I find that I do better with other people's tutorials than I do on my own. I'm very much a formula kind of person, a step-by-step kind of person. Like even with cooking, like if I try to cook something without a recipe, a lot of times it won't turn out nearly as good as if I use a recipe. I'm not one that like can easily just throw stuff together. So it's the same thing with makeup looks. I need like a formula. That's why I always kind of do the same makeup steps over and over again, is because that's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I know works. And it takes me a while to break from my routines with that because it doesn't usually work out. So tutorials really help me a lot. All right, we're going to use the Morphe powder. This video should be up on Wednesday, finally. The whole thing, the way that I filmed the Morphe video is trying to make this stuff work because we all know at this point that these products do not have good reviews. So I was like, okay, what can I do to make this work? So I practiced a couple of different things, and I think I found some ways to make these products work. And I will give you spoiler alert, the powder is definitely my favorite thing in the launch between the foundation, the powder, and the concealer. But that should be coming on Wednesday. And then I want to try to do more reviews on the channel because I am Jen Loves Reviews. And if you look through like my video feed over the past like month or two, there really aren't a whole lot of reviews because they take me so stinking long to do. So I'm doing a little bit more like first impression-y kinds of reviews. I filmed one, and I'm going to film more this week to try to get you more product reviews. That's the goal. Somebody said you apply your concealer with your fingers. Yes, I do. And I get pretty much every time I do it, I get people complaining that I'm applying it with my fingers, but that's what works for me. I do have fine lines under my eyes, and I feel like applying with a brush does not evenly apply the concealer. I feel like a beauty blender is another way that works well, but then it shears it out. I feel like with my fingers, I get the most coverage, and also it doesn't cake up in my fine lines. It's the best application way for me. So, okay, brow today is the Furrowlicious Brow Pencil by The Balm, and this was also sent in PR. I also want to get more stuff that's not sent in PR. But if I have a bunch of stuff in PR that I think you might be interested in, I want to use that to like show you it. But I also want to be purchasing things too. And I don't think I purchased enough last year. So I want to purchase more stuff. So I did buy some stuff from Ulta that I'm working on reviews for. Alicia says, I apply concealer with my fingers. It works. It does. It doesn't have to be fancy all the time. I think YouTube gives us this impression. Hold on. YouTube and Instagram give us this impression that we need to do everything in a fancy way. We need to use a fancy tool, and we use a fancy product, and we need to spend all this money, and we need to do 9,000 different steps. It's not real. It's not real. It's marketing, and it's overcomplicating, because sometimes makeup is fun and sometimes you want to do extra steps because it's fun, but it's not necessary, for every single person. I think that you have to find out what works for your face. And just because it works for your favorite person on Instagram or YouTube doesn't mean that you need to do it that way and that those steps are 100% necessary, And I think that it's easy to fall into that trap. And you just have to do what works for you. And I do what works for me. And people don't like it. People can do differently for them. And it's totally fine. Oh, good. Tori says, I love your product reviews. So excited to see more. Thank you so much. Yeah, Christy says a lot of people use their finger for concealer. I think so too. Trying to see. Yeah, Banshee Muse. Some complexion products are best applied with the fingers. I agree. So another thing that happened was that I put up a post on YouTube about doing that assumptions about me video. Don't post them here because I don't want to start spoiling the video. But some of them are stinking hilarious. So it's in the YouTube community tab if you want to contribute to the assumptions about me video. I also put up a post on Twitter for the assumptions about me video. So the way that it's going to work is that John, my husband John, is going to film it with me, and he's going to read them to me, and he's going to hold me in check and make sure I don't sugarcoat anything about myself, and make sure he'll call me out if I am in any way not quite telling all of it, because it's personal, it's about me. He will call me out straight up, be like, no, Jen, really? I'm gonna be really honest though, because it's hard for me not to be honest. And sometimes it gets me in trouble when I'm so honest. I really do like this brow pencil, this Furrowlicious brow pencil by The Balm. I didn't see anybody talk about it. It's very nice. But I think a lot of brow pencils are pretty much the same stuff combined. But yeah, if you want to participate in the assumptions about me video, if you want to contribute something to that, feel free to pop over there. It should be a fun video. I will probably call some friends. I think I didn't watch Samantha Ravindall's yet, but I think she might have called. I kind of skimmed her comments a little bit. I think she might have called some people too. But I was calling my best friend Mary Lynn, call my friend Amy, who was one of my best friends in college, and Mary Lynn's my current best friend. Maybe try to call them on the phone and get some answers to some of these questions. All right, eyeshadow primer is the Lid Lock Up by CoverGirl. Again, PR. It's very, very good. Stacy said I would be too scared to hear what people assume about me. It was kind of weird reading it because it's one thing to read. I used to read all the gossip sites and stuff, and I don't anymore. I do go over to Reddit every once in a while just to see what's happening in the community and what people are talking about. But I don't read the stuff about me anymore because it's just too stinking hurtful. And a lot of it is assumptions about me. So it's interesting to see the things that I used to read that they assumed about me, and that there's very few common assumptions by people who blatantly dislike me to people that are subscribed to me. Every once in a while, there's one that I remember reading on one of those sites, about me. But most of it is very, very different. So it just goes to show that the more you watch somebody, the more you're going to not make assumptions that are incorrect. It's so funny because I used to see the same complaints over and over again about me. A lot of them were based about how stuck up I am. No, not really. Or how I think I'm better than people, or that I'm a know-it-all and all that stuff. But that stuff isn't coming up in the assumptions about me comments, because I think people that actually watch my channel know that that is just so far from the truth. So weird the things that people make up, and they assume And this is in real life with everybody, you know, like the things that people assume about you. This is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. This stuff is amazing. I got this in a BoxyCharm a while back. It is so good. It's just going to hold my brows in place and give me just a tad bit more color. This is the best colored brow gel I've ever used. It is so good. Better than the Benefit one. It's good. It's really good. All right, let's go into eyeshadow. So I've got a couple of choices. Shelby says, do you have any whole brands that you want to review this year? I know you recently stopped boycotting Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Would you do a review of him? I don't know. I think I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now, you know, just kind of doing my own thing and just seeing what pops up. I'm not limiting myself as much as I used to. I'm just kind of going with the flow and trying not to stress out, because believe it or not, boycotting brands is extremely stressful, because you have to, like, the way that my mind works, I'm either an all or nothing kind of person. Like, I either do something, like, and I do it right, or I don't do it. And with boycotting, there's so many gray areas. So if you boycott this person for this reason, then shouldn't you boycott this person for this reason, and this person for this reason, and this person for this reason, and just snowballs. And it created so much stress in my life. And I was trying to choose what I was going to review. So now that I'm not really boycotting very many brands, I only have that one clarifier of poor customer service. It's a lot easier. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what happens. You know, we're going to be using the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place, and I've got a couple other things we might dip into that I've got sitting over here. Sandy says, you definitely don't seem stuck up. Thank you. I don't think so either. And it's so weird because, like, I'm really, really, really not. I've never been one to be stuck up, like, ever in my life. Like, I would doubt that anybody that's ever met me and known me for more than a week would say that I'm stuck up. You know, like people that I've worked with and all that, because that's just not, no. Banshee Muse has been around for a while. Jen, you're so nice, and I've been subscribed to you for years now, and I love how you always talk with us. Absolutely. And I recognize people, you know, like I've seen Banshee Muse popping up for a long time. K-Dub, about your hub, has he ever thought about going on Ink Master? He's actually, I don't know how many times he's been asked to go on Ink Master. It's been at least 3 times that they've contacted him to try to get him to go on Ink Master, and he always turns it down because he doesn't want that in his life. They edit those shows so much, and it's just not worth it. You know, and he's not, I don't know. It's not a good fit for him to be on those shows. Let's just say that. He like, I don't know. He's just not a reality show kind of dude. You know, people will probably either be confused by him or like, I don't know. He's just not a reality show guy. So he's actually been contacted quite a few times, and he always says no. The first time they contacted him, I was pregnant with one of my kids, and he was considering it. He did the interview and everything. And then when he realized he might be gone for when whatever child was going to be born, he decided not to. Oh, Allie says, Jen, I get the stick up thing all the time too. I tend to be pretty quiet and intelligent as well. For some reason, people conflate that with being a snob. Makes no sense. Well, I mean, I think that a lot of times people will make assumptions based on their current experiences with people that are similar, which makes sense because your brain makes associations so you don't have to think as much. And if you know somebody that has a certain tone to their voice or a certain look to their face or even a certain name, people will make assumptions about people that are completely unrelated that may have a certain trait. I mean, that's where stereotypes and racism and all that stuff comes from. So it's a human thing to make assumptions and to make connections, but we have to catch ourselves as humans and realize that every person is individual. And just because one person you knew had this certain tone to their voice doesn't mean, and they had these different character traits, doesn't mean that this other person with a tone to their voice has the same character traits as that other person, you know? So, I mean, it's a survival thing. It goes back to the days of hunting and gathering and everything. You have to make assumptions in order to survive, you know, to know that that animal is not going to eat you or it is going to eat you. So. Jen, I was wondering if you've ever heard of a reviewed Biologique Research P50 toner. I've never heard of it. It's probably one of those Reddit ones that everybody talks about. It's like obscure, but then it becomes popular because one person finds it and then another person finds it and everybody's like, oh my God, this is awesome. But no, I've never tried that. All right, we're going to go into Yodit, this one here. We did this one in the crease up there, and then we're going to go into that one right here to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Yep, Steph, RBF. RBF is real. And I've talked to Christy about that, Raw Beauty Christy. She swears she has really bad RBF. I don't think so. I think that like when I've met Raw Beauty Christy in person, she more has that like deer in headlights look because I've always seen her at like conventions and stuff. And she just seems kind of like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like, what's going on? Who's here? Somebody like people will come up to her and like, oh my gosh, like it's more of like a holy crap kind of look on her face all the time rather than an RBF thing. She's awesome. I love her. Banshee Muse, how do you like the Warrior 2 palette? I love it. It's fantastic. It's awesome. DJ's wife, Jen. What's up, Jen? I know I'm Jen too. You Jen too. What do you think about Kathleen Lights doing the pay for content venture? That's a great question. I think that if people are willing to pay for extra content, I think that's great. And I think that if you don't want to pay for extra content, I think that you shouldn't. And I think if people want to, they should be allowed to do that. Will I be ever doing a pay for content? I can't imagine myself doing that just because I don't have the time to create content like that. And I know that it will be frowned upon in beauty. I think that Kathleen is very brave to do something like that. Let's go into Kufuru, I believe is how you pronounce that. At least I'm trying. I think she's very brave to do that in our community. But I mean, if she can make the content and she has the time to do it and people will enjoy it, I say more power to her. I remember explaining, because once you get to 100,000 subscribers, you get a partner manager with YouTube. And I remember talking to my partner manager about, Super Chat. And she's like, well, why don't you turn on Super Chat? And I was like, no. She's like, why? I was like, well, because you turn on Super Chat in YouTube Beauty and you will get smashed. I've been smashed in the past for it. And also I've kind of changed my mind about, hold on a second before I get into that. YouTube Beauty, for whatever reason, doesn't like to see creators making money, unlike gaming and news and ASMR and all these other communities that have full-on Patreons and everything and people supporting, and everybody supports it and everybody's all about it. For whatever reason, YouTube Beauty, it is not accepted. It is frowned upon. You will look like a greedy what, and it's terrible. So I commend Kathleen Lights for trying. I think that, if people want the content, they should consume it and they should enjoy it, and she should be able to create it. And I think people should leave her alone. That's my opinion. As far as me doing Super Chat and all of that, like, I feel like if I was ever going to do something where you would give me money for something, it would be me doing something. So it would be creating extra content or creating merch or creating a product or something like that where you would receive something for your money. I feel like Super Chat is like, it's like a tip, and which is cool, but I don't know. There's so many huge uses for money right now, like people are coming off the government shutdown. I don't know if people have been paid yet. I don't know. It just feels weird to me to do like Super Chat at this point. I've thought about it. I used to try to do it because, it was a thing. But then I realized it just wasn't for me to do that. But if I ever did do something, it would be something like Kathleen or where you would receive something in return for your money rather than going off the tip thing. But that's just my opinion. Kelsey says, I love Kathleen. I can't afford $5 a month, but I still support her all the way. And she's always wanted a talk show. And if it makes her happy and all for it, yeah, absolutely. Let the woman do her thing if that's what she wants to do. All right, we're going to dip into Natasha Denona. I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag. I've only used it, I think, twice at this point. I want to use it. I want to use this shade right here. And then I'll probably use like one of these other guys. I don't know. I'm going to play with it. We'll see what happens. But I want to like bathe in this pink shade. Bathe in it. Enid says, Kathleen Lights is a stay-at-home wife. She has the time, so I think it'd be good for her. She has a lot going on in her life, so more power to her. Yeah. Yeah, and with Kale Polish, unfortunately, being no more, I can see that this being very helpful for her to do something like this. So I applaud her for her attempt at it, and I think people should do it if they want to do it and not do it if they don't want to do it, and not be mean to her about it. That's my opinion. This Natasha Denona palette is the Cranberry palette. K-Dub, have your daughter do your makeup. You know what? She did do my makeup twice. She did it when she was tiny, and then she did it again a couple of years ago. And it's such a cute video. I love it so much. But it would be cool to see her do it again. It's definitely an idea. Okay, so this is the thing about Natasha Denona shadows. It's different. It's not bad. It's just different. The shade here, it's like a shimmer formula with glitter on top. It's kind of hard to describe. It's got kind of a wet look to it's not like a foil shadow. It's got like more of a more sheer, wet, shiny kind of look rather than a straight on foil. So just so you know, that's just the way it is. It's a little bit different. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this guy right here, this dark one, over on the outer corner. And then I'm just going to spread that lighter one. Ooh, it's not coming off with my brush. I'm going to spread that lighter pink over. That is not, oh, I went too low. Not a makeup artist here, you mean people that come here and make fun of me. The way I put on makeup, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just doing my makeup and having fun. Let me have fun. If you're going to be mean to me, you can go away. Chroma Crystal? I don't know. Maybe. Is that what it's called? Chroma Crystal? I should probably be using a different brush for this. But we're going with it. No rules in makeup. We're just going to have fun and enjoy ourselves. And it washes off. Taylor from That Taylor, she's awesome. I love her too. Have you ever had a video with one side, your daughter does your makeup, and your son did the other? That's a good idea. That would be fun. What a great idea. Drugstore Makeup Diva, do you think that non-paying people will suffer? I don't think so. I don't think Kathleen would allow that to happen. And I don't think that if you're going to do a paid thing, it needs to be like where it's an extra on top of your regular content. Like, I can't imagine her having her regular content suffer because of that. Allie, what Juvia's Place palette do I need? Their formula is overall very consistent. So I would say pick the one that the color story speaks to you the most. Eyeshadows this week. I have the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and then this is the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette. That's what we're playing with today. And I'm going to just carry this pinky shade over just a little bit more. And then I think I'm done with eyeshadow. We're going to be done. Okay, and we're going to make sure it doesn't go too low, because that's always when it looks super weird on me. Rachel says, I supported Project Beauty Share last year, and I'm on medical leave, and I can't afford to this year. I hate it. I hope she reaches the goal. I bought a shirt. I bought me a Project Beauty Share shirt. I didn't get the thank you next one just because it was like, I don't know. I'm not a big Ariana. I like Ariana Grande, but it's like, I don't know. I didn't get that one. I got the Project Beauty Share one. I don't want to misrepresent. And plus, I wanted to represent Project Beauty Share, so that's why I got that one. And then I donated a big, huge box of PR products to Project Beauty Share last year, and I plan on doing that again this year. It was very expensive. Actually, I did 2 big boxes. Now that I remember, they were like those big, the large postal, the USPS flat rate boxes. I filled up 2 of those large ones and shipped them out. So I'm very, very much in support of Project Beauty Share and Taylor and everything that she does. She's amazing. Kayla, I think Kathleen is the first paid content membership that makes sense and actually seems like you're getting something extra for your money instead of live streams or things that aren't interesting. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Absolutely. Thank you. Next. Vol says Kathleen is tripping. Nothing she does justifies $5. So that's when you let other people do it. You don't do it yourself, and you let other people do it if they want to, and you think you next it. You know, but I don't think people should take that away from people that do want to participate in it. You know, like why limit what other people can do? That's a big thing, I think, in our society that really makes me mad overall. Not you that made that comment. I'm not talking to you. You have an absolute 100% right to your opinion, and that's my point. If you feel like it's not worth $5, then you have 100% right not to do it. And I think that's, it's great to have different opinions, but it makes me so upset. Like, not you, I'm not talking to you about this, because it makes me upset. I'm going back to this, and we're going to use Walzana for the lower lash line, that people feel like they have the right to tell everybody what they should and shouldn't do. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. And it's a societal thing right now, politically and socially. And if you do this, then you're this kind of person, and I don't support you. And if you do this, and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm talking about like general things. Like, if, let's say, I subscribe to that $5 for Kathleen Lights, I'm talking about these kinds of, now I'm not talking about serious issues. I'm talking about, let's say I decided to subscribe for $5 a month. And I said on here, I'm subscribing to Kathleen Lights for $5 a month. And then I had a bunch of comments about how they're unsubscribing because they think I'm a terrible person, because they think that it's so dumb that I waste my money on stupid things. And because I waste my money on stupid things, they can't trust me. It's like, dude, if people want to do something, just let them do things in peace. I'm not hurting you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember it being like this, like, until recently. Like, I don't know. Do you remember things ever being like this? Maybe it's just because we're so interconnected now as a society. Maybe that's it. All right, makeup revolution. The liner revolution is what we're using today. Z1 for you anyway. Is that why you don't respond to us on your lives or say hello? I believe I say hello in every single live stream to the first people that are here. And I believe that I am constantly reading comments the entire live stream, unless I'm doing my eyeliner, because I can't read while I'm doing my eyeliner. I'm sorry if I've missed your particular comments, but just know that it's not personal. I don't, every once in a while I'll skip over comments if I feel like it's not going to lead to good conversation. But I can't read everybody's comments. We've got 429 people here. So just know that I'm doing my best. And it's not personal if I don't read your comment, okay? I don't want you to be upset with me. But you can't say that I don't ever read people's names or comments, because that's just not true, because that's what I've been doing for 32 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne says Jen's pretty good at responding to all our lives. And Cheyenne knows, because Cheyenne's been around a while. Cheyenne's one of my paraloves. She even comes over to the 30-person live stream on Periscope, and she has been for years, because I know her. Because I know like hundreds of people that are subscribed to my channel. Elise says, read every comment, respond to all of them, and do your makeup at the same time. I know, right? But I mean, I understand, like, it's hard, when you've typed, 30 comments and not one of them is being read. I can see where that would get frustrating. I know I've been in live streams before where I've wished that someone read my comment. So I understand that want and desire. I'm not hating on that person. Like, I get it. And it's only because they care. If they didn't care, I totally just messed up my eyeliner. But if they didn't care, then it wouldn't matter, And I appreciate that they care enough to want me to read their comment. I think that's really sweet that they want me to. And, I don't take that for granted. I just totally messed that up. Look, it's all poofy on the bottom. Totally poofy. This side, not poofy. This side, poofy. This, by the way, is a marker tip. It's just okay. Mishmash says, I appreciate her not saying hi to 900 people. It would get old, wouldn't it? It would get very old. Missy Marriott says, I've been watching you since 2012 when I was looking for a review of the Balm Nude Attitude. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That was a long time ago. I used to review a lot of stuff from the Balm. I'm just trying to get rid of my mushy mashi over here. Okay. That's better. Is it perfect? No. Is it better enough? Yes, better enough. All right, mascara today. I got a box. I got 2 PR boxes this week. I got one from Ren, and it's body stuff. So I've been using the body cream on my décolleté, and you can see I'm already starting to lose some of my hyperpigmentation down here, which I'm super excited about. From Ren, and then from Essence, I got a box of like 25 mascaras from Essence. And you know how much I love Essence mascaras. So this one I hadn't tried before. This is the Power Volume Instant Volume Boost Mascara. So we're going to play with this one today. This is the second time I've used this. So I'm excited. Ada, your eyes look beautiful. Thank you. Have you used magnetic lashes? You responded to my comment and made my day. Yay. I have used magnetic lashes. And let me show you the wand real quick. It's a little weird. It's very spacey and weird. But let me put it in front of my face so you can actually see it. Come on, focus. There you go. Now you can see it. Oh, come on, focus. One day. There we go. I did try magnetic lashes, and I found that they were difficult to keep in place. So I abandoned the magnetic lashes because they, you clip them on. You know, you put one on the bottom and one on the top, and you clip it together so that it stays on. And I found that they kind of slid through the day, and I didn't necessarily know that they were sliding, and then they looked super weird. But maybe it was just the ones that I tried. I think I'd gotten them in a FabFitFun box, and they were just okay. Okay, the first time I used this, I really, really liked it. This time, my lashes are clumping a little more than last time. Mascara is one of the hardest things to review because not only does everybody have different lashes, everybody's eyes water differently, everybody has different expectations for length, volume, and curl. Everybody's lashes curl differently. And on top of that, mascara often behaves differently through its lifespan. So when you first open the mascara, it may be really wet. And then the more you use it, it may dry out a little bit and the performance will change. So I feel like mascara is one of those things that I try, like, I feel like it's really hard to do like a full detailed review that's helpful. Even though, of course, I do give, favorites and fails and say, this mascara works for me, it doesn't work for me, and why. I feel like sometimes it's really hard to review that particular kind of product. Afrest says, hopefully I said that, Afrest. I know you've been here like a bazillion times, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Didn't a report recently come out that false lashes are kind of bad for the eyes? Yes, and I think it's one of those things where, you don't want to get the glue in your eyes, and I think some people haphazardly put glue on, or they do things like that. We're going to leave that there for a minute and let it dry, so I don't smudge it all over my face, even though it looks absolutely stinking ridiculous. I'm getting a lot of volume. Not as much length, but lots of volume, and it is instant volume boost. I think that, as long as you're not careless with it, and you're really careful not to get the glue in your eye, I think it's mostly people that aren't, are getting their lashes done and at salons that aren't legit, or they aren't doing things well, and they get chemicals in their eyes, in people's eyes and things like that. Oh my gosh. I didn't let it dry enough. Apparently I didn't let it dry enough. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll just have a black eye today. It is what it is. I probably should have just used a dry Q-tip instead of these DHC soaked ones that Nicole gave me. Let's see if I could just give it a little wipe now. Oh my gosh. Really, Jen? Mascara all under my eyeball. Okay, I think I got it. Put a little tiny bit of concealer. Claudia says, everyone lately is loving the NARS mascara. I can't make it look all like these YouTubers. I'm sticking to my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. I like the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. That's a good one. I haven't tried the new NARS one. Little tiny bit of concealer just to make up for what the world I just did. Okay. Mishmash says, why do people who get tattooed still do their brows? I don't get it. Maybe they didn't do them to their 100% liking. I don't know. Kelsey, see, I've heard of this and I forgot about this. Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey says, use a spoolie to remove dry mascara mistakes. It takes it right off from no smudging or removing makeup. Thank you. I've heard of that before, and my brain forgot it. My brain misfiled it, and I forgot. Shelby says, what about mystery box reviews? Perhaps even as first impressions. I know many beauty brands and stores are starting the mystery box things, and it seems intriguing. I've done quite a few of those over the years, but it's not a regular thing on my channel. I do enjoy mystery boxes. I think they're fun. I watched a video recently by ASAP Science. If you're not subscribed to them and you like science-y kinds of things, they have a really good, very popular YouTube channel. And they were talking about addiction and gambling addiction and how mystery boxes feed into gambling addiction. And that's why they were going after one of the Paul brothers. I think it was Jake Paul and another popular YouTuber that I can't remember. And he was saying how they market these mystery boxes to kids. So what it is I don't know what the name of the company is, but you pay like a cheap amount or more expensive amount, and then you get a thing. You get things in this box, but you don't know what you're going to get. And it could be a bunch of junk. It could be something really great. But it's like gambling, and marketing it to kids is really bad for their developing brains because gambling addiction is a real thing. So I feel like these mystery boxes, beauty mystery boxes, even though, 99.5% of my audience are adults, we need to keep in mind that it is a gambling thing. It's very much gambling. And I think to an extent, beauty subscription boxes are gambling, especially if you don't have disposable income to just spend $20 a month on BoxyCharm or $10 a month on Ipsy, and you just don't have that money. And you are counting on this box giving you something that you are going to use. It's going to make your money worth it. Or you're just doing it because you want the surprise of it and not because you actually need any of it. It is gambling. So as far as increasing that content on my channel, I don't think I'll be increasing it. But like I just did the Beautylish Lucky Bag. I just did the Jeffree Star mystery box from Beautylish. It's gambling is what it comes down to. So just be careful with that stuff is all I'm saying. And just be aware, because that opened my eyes. That ASAP Science video really opened my eyes to that, because I never really thought about it that way. I mean, I've talked about it being gambling before, but I never thought about it being like harmful for people, like I always think, people are conscious about it. They can either, get it or not. But some people have genuine gambling addictions, that are real things. So, just being careful with that and being aware, I think, is important. All right, this was sent to me by Stilazzi. This is the Bahamas blush palette. And let's see, let's start with Mai Tai and see how it goes. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty pigmented blush. So I've chosen a Luxie 516 dual fiber powder because it applies less product. Thank you, Naomi. She says, good awareness, Jen. Naomi's another one that I know. It's been around forever. And I love Naomi. You know why I love Naomi? I love Naomi because she calls me out on my BS. Whenever Naomi disagrees with me about something, she will straight up be like, Jen, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Like when I've made mistakes in the past, Naomi is one of the first ones to be like, Jen, let's see. Alicia, could your husband do your makeup in his very creative way at some point? Would love to see what he comes up with. He did my makeup one time, and it took him like 4 hours. It looked amazing when it was done, but I was so bored. Oh my gosh, it was so cool, but I was so bored. I don't know how people sit and do their makeup for like 4 hours. Like my max is like an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, I'm done. That's why I don't get tattooed either. But he's got the patience of an artist, He can sit there and I just like, oh my gosh, are we done yet? But it did turn out cool. So I don't know if we would do that again just because I'm impatient. But he's really good at it. I have to say, for somebody that doesn't even do makeup, he's really good at it. Christy says, make him do it on a timer. Oh my gosh, add that pressure. He probably wouldn't do it. Gigi likes John's channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Angela says, FabFitFun is one of those boxes I could never pull the trigger on. Yeah, and FabFitFun, really and truly, even though they sponsor my videos, a lot of times, there have been, I would say probably half to a little less than half of the time, I don't think the box is worth the $50. Probably a little less than half of the time, but still enough, you know, that throwing away $50, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So I don't know. But a lot of people use the FabFitFun stuff as gifts. And if you're using it as gifts, then I can see where it would be worth it a lot more, you know? But every once in a while they get you and they send you really good stuff. Really good stuff. Like this mug. I love this mug. This mug is from FabFitFun. I love this stinking mug. It's the way that it feels. It's got like I don't know, the way the glaze is on it. It just feels really good to hold. It's not particularly amazing looking. I mean, it's cute. Love you a latte. But it's just the way that it feels, and it's big, and it's just, I don't know. I just really love this mug. But there's a lot of things I've gotten from FabFitFun that I still use on the regular. So there's lots of good things in FabFitFun, but you have to just look at yourself. I think it's very unique to each person. But you're right. It's a gambling thing. And you know what? Like before you said that, I wasn't even thinking about FabFitFun, but you're absolutely right. And they sponsor videos on my channel. So I don't know. I've talked to them. I have one more that I've agreed to do, FabFitFun, and then I told them I want to reevaluate like the contract. They wanted me to sign up for an entire year of doing videos, and they were going to pay me ahead of time and everything. And I was like, no, I want to wait. Like I want to wait until spring. I'll do the spring video, and then we'll see how it goes. So I don't like to commit to things too far in advance. Freaks me out. And plus, I don't know if I want to continue doing FabFitFun. It kind of depends on whether you all want to watch it. Like if it gets the views, if you guys are showing me that you want to watch FabFitFun, you know, I'll keep doing it. But if the views are not, you know, showing me that people are interested in it, then I'll stop. Like the money it's not about the money. My husband was kind of like, well, you know, they're still paying you and you know, all this stuff. And that's like, but if my audience isn't interested in it, then it's not worth it. You know, I mean, we'll just kind of see how it goes. Angela says, I love your box evaluations personally. Thank you so much. I try to make it a little more valuable than just, oh, this is what I got, and this is what I got, and this is what I got. All right, this is by Lunatic Labs, and this is their original contour palette. This was sent to me by a friend. This is a fantastic palette. And honestly, I mostly use this shade down here, and every once in a while I'll touch into the blushes. It's a really good palette. If you're looking for a good indie brand to try their cheap products, Lunatic Labs is great. They're a little dark in their packaging, like they're a little monstery, gothy kind of in their packaging, but their products are really good. Just a really nice, soft, subtle contour, because I'm going to a birthday party. I don't need to be contoured to the gods. I don't need chiseled cheeks, cut somebody at the birthday party. Nobody's going to be happy about that. So just like a little soft, subtle contour. I think that's another trick that YouTube and Instagram play on us, that we need to have, you know, matte, flat foundation and chiseled cheeks and glow into the gods and all this stuff. And it's like real people like that, not real people. I always say that. That's not what I mean. A lot of people that doesn't work for. You know, that's not real life for a lot of people. You know, can you imagine going into a lawyer's office and seeing the lawyer just chiseled and like, bow, 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 bow. Like it just, I don't know. It just doesn't go with some people. I don't know. I guess if you're a lawyer and you want to glam out, that's you. You do your thing, you know? Debbie says, I watch everything that you post and I'm not interested. Even if I'm not interested, I don't like the FabFitFun personally. Good to know, Debbie. Debbie won one of my giveaways recently. People think I don't know, but I remember people. Alice Wonderland. Do you like Disney? Sometimes. I'm a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. I will tell you that. How's a white rabbit doing, Alice? Is he annoying you as always? I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland fan. I actually have an Alice in Wonderland tattoo on my back. I have the from the original Lewis Carroll book, the drawing of Alice pulling the curtain away with the little door. I love the symbolism of that part. It's so good. It's so good. Alice in Wonderland is one of the coolest stories ever. Huge, huge fan. Steph says she got rid of most of her subscription boxes. Yeah. Rachel says, never liked FabFitFun, but I come for all the other content. Yeah. Gotcha. And I don't expect people to watch all of my videos. Like I don't think there's a single person on YouTube that I watch every single one of their videos. Even people I adore like Christy, I don't watch every single one of her videos. I probably watch 60%, and that's a lot for me for any channel. Nady from Pop Lux is another one I watch a lot of his content. Where's my highlighter that I was going to use? I had a highlighter, didn't I? I don't know. What highlighter was I going to use? I don't even know. I thought I brought over a highlighter. Maybe not. Oh, well, we don't need to highlight today, I guess. Oh, I know. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. We use the Beverly Hills 90210 palette. This was sent to me by Solar Look. This is what it looks like. I haven't used it a whole lot, so I wanted to use this today. All right, let's use the Sigma F30, 36, 35, F35. We're going to use West Beverly High. Oh, yeah. I'm going in light at first because I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, so it's not a Glow to the Gods highlighter. It's a little, it's more subtle than I expected it to be based on what I saw in the pan. Oh, there we go. It's building. It's building. Calm it down, Nikki's Tutorials. All right, there we go. That's good. That's enough. You can see it. Oh, it's so pretty. One thing I love about Solo Look is all their stuff is licensed. So you don't have to like worry about 90210 coming after them and being like, you're not allowed to use this. That's pretty. I used to watch that show. I had a Dylan t-shirt. I did. Instead of New Kids on the Block, I was big into 90210, and I was all about Dylan. I was a Dylan girl. So that's all we're going to use for this today. It's really pretty though. I can't really see myself using this for one, like just one look. I can see myself dipping into this for like multiple, like, you know, using like a matte base and then kind of using one of these shades. I don't know, they've got two mattes in here, but I just can't see a complete look out of this palette. But I'm going to keep playing with it. I hadn't used the highlight yet, though. I really like it. This is a very strange name. She says, they say, I watched that with my mom. Oh my God, I wish my mom liked makeup. I would get her that palette. Really looks like a spam name, but actually said something legit. And it says, has anyone gotten the Golden Girl palette? I believe it was. It was good. Did you buy it? Was it good? I did not buy it. All right, we're going to try this Ilia Beauty lipstick. This is in Kokomo. Let me try this and see how it goes. One thing I don't like about Ilia Beauty sent me a bunch of stuff. It's all like natural. So the pigmentation isn't strong. It's more subtle. And that's just kind of their thing. But this lipstick is like, it pulls. Like you see my lip, look. It's like super dry. And I don't know why. It's like, I think it's because it's the whole natural thing. Like it feels terrible. I can't do it. I can't do, look, I damaged my lipstick. Look, I broke it. I broke it pushing so hard. And it feels awful on my lips. I really want to like Ilia Beauty. I love the idea of natural makeup, but that feels terrible. It feels like wax, like straight wax. Like I want to like it. And I feel bad because he sent me all this stuff. And it's like, I just didn't like a lot of it. It makes me sad. And then that PR company never sent me anything ever again. That was the company that sent me the Drunk Elephant stuff too. And then after I kind of reviewed some of the Ilia stuff in my favorites and fails, then that was like the end of it. Like they never sent me anything ever again. I feel kind of bad, but I don't because I was being honest and it's just not good. It's just not good. And they're expensive. They're not cheap. Shelby says for natural lips, go Bite Beauty. Bite Beauty has some really, really good stuff. And honestly, like I don't buy into a lot of the natural trends because natural isn't necessarily healthy. Like, you know, there's lots of things that are natural that are not healthy. Asbestos, poison ivy. It's natural. I don't want it on my face. All right, I have liquid lipsticks over here, but I'm not feeling that either. Like, I feel like I need to get something that's going to hydrate my lips because now my lips feel like doo-doo. All right, hold on. Okay, here we go. This is one of those Lorac lipsticks. This one is in Fashionista. We'll just go with this. There we go. It's a little dark for birthday party, but it matches. And I feel like my cheeks need a little bit more now, but I don't want to like, I think it's a little too, it's dark. But these things are so comfortable. I love them. The Lorac Alter Ego lipsticks, they're so good. They're so good. I feel like I'm like too made up for a 8-year-old's birthday party. Oh well, it is what it is. 70 says natural gonna be marketing strategy. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm so pale right now. It just looks so bold. I don't know. Rachel says she thinks it looks good. Well, thank you. Okay, Alyssa says I don't think it looks too dark on camera. Cool. Well, I might reevaluate later and calm it down a bit. All right, we've got 5 minutes left. Oh, thank you, Mr. Ashtone. Jenny, hey Jen, I've started using Paula's Choice and wanted to ask you for some recommendations. My concerns are anti-aging and dryness. They have excellent chemical exfoliators, but if you've never used a chemical exfoliator, go the lowest number, like 5%. Get one of those and then work your way up a little bit to 10% or whatever, but their chemical exfoliators are fantastic. Also, what do I love from Paula's Choice? Any of their hydrating things are great. It's been a while since I've used my Paula's Choice stuff because I'm constantly reviewing new things, but man, they have good stuff. They just came out with a new eye cream that looks legit. They sent it to me and I was using it for like a week or so. Actually, let me go get it for you because it's right here in my bathroom. Hold on a second. Let me get it for you because I want to show you. Okay. I knew exactly. Microphone on this week, Jen. I knew exactly where it was, so that's why I went to go get it. But this is the Clinical Ceramide Enriched Firming Eye Serum. I looked at the ingredients in this and it looks super legit. They just sent this to me and I used it for like 2 weeks in between my last skincare routine and when I just started my drugstore routine beginning of February. But I'm not using this again at this point, even though I really want to go back to it because I really, really like the ingredients in this. And this is the thing I want to say about skincare real quick because the last skincare video, I had a few comments about, why don't you have before and after pictures? Why don't you talk about how it affected your skin? And this is the thing is I feel like a lot of skincare is preventative. A lot of skincare is keeping your skin hydrated, keeping your skin, producing collagen, keeping your skin, your elastin strong, things like that. A lot of skincare, for me, that's what it is. For some people, it is keeping, acne under control. It's preventing dryness. It's rosacea. It's discoloration. It's hyperpigmentation. It's all of these other things. So those people that have all of those issues are able to take a picture of their rosacea or their acne or their dry spots or whatever before they use their skincare. And then they can show an after picture and show whether any of that has cleared up. So for me, because I don't have any of those issues, a lot of my skincare is preventative stuff. So I can't really say whether it's working or not. And that's the clincher with skincare that makes it so difficult to know whether it's good or not, is because a lot of it, you don't really know whether it's doing anything. So your only lifeline to knowing whether it's doing anything is the research on the ingredients, that they're clinically proven ingredients that show over multiple studies, double blinds, all of that these ingredients are actually doing something. So that's why my skincare reviews are a little bit different, I think. And that's why I want to rely so much on the ingredients and not necessarily the results. The other thing is when I'm doing a new skincare routine, who's to say which product actually caused any results? So if I see a minimizing of fine lines in my forehead, which you can kind of see a little bit now, my fine lines are a little minimized. Who's to say which product that I'm trying right now is the one that's causing that one? So I can't tell you, buy this product because it minimizes fine lines, because I've just switched up my entire routine. So we don't know which one caused it. So I don't want to do that either. And that's why my skincare reviews are more ingredient based and texture based and experience based rather than results based. And I just wanted to say that because I think that gets confusing sometimes with skincare reviews. And if anybody tells you that's used an entire skincare routine that this product out of this whole routine that they've switched up to is the one that's doing something, hopefully they have the ingredient research to back up that claim. But I would definitely be, leery of that. I'm like, not wary. I wouldn't be tired of it. heard a lot of people using the word wary instead of leery lately. So yeah, I mean, just be careful watching skincare reviews when people are saying, you know, that there are lots of results when it's something that isn't something that can really be measured. You know, just be careful. Yeah, be wary versus weary. Yes, yes, exactly. Angie wants to know if I've ever tried rodent in fields. I have not. Brittany says, I've learned so much about what could actually work versus what's just fancy name for my super dry skin through your in-depth skincare reviews. I'm so glad. Yay, that's awesome. CJ said, you get Botox? No, I actually thought about it at one point and I looked into it and I did some online research and I even like set up a consultation with someone to do to look and see whether I should get Botox. And my husband convinced me not to. It's like, could I probably benefit from some Botox? Yeah. But, you know, we're supposed to get wrinkles. We're supposed to have aging things happen. You know, it's supposed to happen. Like you can see my crow's feet are starting to, you know, like I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive, you know, and getting wrinkles. I don't know. I don't want to go there, even though I could. You know, just because society says you need to be this, and that doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean that it's real. You need to be a good person. And that's where I want to focus my energy, is in creating something to help people in the world and being a good person, not Botox. That's just me personally. And I think that other people can choose to do what they want to do. A lot of the people that are on YouTube that are getting all of these procedures, they don't have kids. They have more, maybe they're younger and they have more pressures on them and they want to do this and that. And I support anybody in their decisions to do whatever they want. I remember when Alexis Stone, if you don't know Alexis Stone, there's a whole story behind it about Alexis Stone where Alexis did I'm not sure what their pronoun is, so I'm just going to use they. They did a fake plastic surgery thing where they said they were going to go in and get some plastic surgery. And then they came back and they had a lot of plastic surgery, like very, very tight under eyes, the typical look that people would say is botched. And I remember watching Alexis' video, and Alexis was saying that they, you know, really loved the way that they looked. And they finally felt like they were themselves. And I remember typing a comment, something like, good for you. You know, I'm so happy that you're happy. And that's what really matters, is that you're happy. And then it was later revealed that it was all fake, that it was just a mask. It wasn't real, which was the big, it was a big thing. But I mean, even if people want to get extreme plastic surgery, I feel like that's their face, man. They should do what they want. But for me, no, it's going to be a no dog. All right, I got to pop off here and take my son to a birthday party. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you said something in the chat and I didn't see it, please feel free to come back and comment it underneath the video once it renders. It usually takes about 10-15 minutes. And if you're here on the replay, definitely leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed live chat this week. Mad love to you, and we will see you again next week.